Zip! You may have just missed it. In 4 frames at 30 frames per second, this beamcraft, as I have termed it, because of its similar shape and size to the Billy Myers reported craft, which I do not know whether are credible or not. At any rate, this object was recorded on a Monday, and now what you're seeing is 4 days later, on the following Friday, just prior to Life magazine coming to a field somewhere in a remote location in the Middle Tennessee area. This is a beam or thin tube of light beginning to form just to right of center of your screen, and at the bottom lower left corner you see a black object, and that's the edge of the board which I'm using to block out the sun. It's a 4x8 piece of plywood leaned against a Jeep Cherokee. This particular footage is actually 16 minutes and 33 seconds long. I cut out some of the ending because it basically comes to a conclusion, or you pretty much see what happens, and I don't want to characterize it for you. I just want to present this footage and say that the pinkish streak at the top right of the screen is a camera glitch where I accidentally dropped the camera. It fell off the tripod and landed on a concrete patio. That's kind of my copyright at this point, but what I've been describing to you with the blocking out of the sun is called the solar obliteration technique, and basically you're just blocking out all that sunlight so that you can see. There's so much light that it shields what's going on in the sky from normal view, and you can use the side of a house or anything such as this board, for example, to block out the sun. And UFOs, these unidentified, unknown aerial phenomena, become visible, not just to your camera but to the naked eye. And there are some examples where you really don't see it with the naked eye, but the camera does pick it up. But generally, when you create the conditions for the camera to see, your eyes can also see. As when I had a local news crew, NBC affiliate Channel 4, come over, and they set their camera up beside my camera, and I showed them exactly how to film, and by using the end of my house, which is a manufactured house or mobile home, they were able to see this phenomena with the naked eye and pick it up with their camera, which was kind of great. Although they didn't end up showing my better footage, it was remarkable, and I have it on YouTube as well. And I'm going to try to get all that up on GoogleTube. I'm moving everything to GoogleTube because I can get larger files on there. I think Google bought YouTube, didn't they? Or maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Anyway, you're now seeing this beam begin to take form and to intensify and begin pulsating, and it will only get stronger and stronger throughout the video. Now, all the elements are actually present in this video from the beginning, you just don't see them. There's a cloaked craft to the left of the lower part of the beam, which will later change colors and you'll be able to see it. But at the top left of the screen there is what I call the purple mothership, because it's a larger version. Though a translucent looking craft, it is identically shaped to the smaller craft that you saw in flight on the videotape from Monday, January 10th, 2000. And this, what you're seeing now, of course, is from the 14th, on that Friday. The Friday before Life magazine came out and did their filming, and it was pretty amazing. Life magazine spent a lot of money. They had a huge truck come in and brought what amounted to stadium lights, which did light up the entire night area. And it's pretty dark there because this is way out in the country and there are no street lights or any kind of light that would distract. Now if you'll notice, the beam is pulsating quite intensely now, and what this is, I have no idea. That's why it's unidentified, but it seems to have some relation to the objects that are near it, particularly the smaller craft, as I'm calling it. And what I believe this to be, to give you my opinion, is a refueling event. The small craft seems to draw from the beam, and you will see this as it gets larger, and it seems to just fill up and change to the basic color of that energy, which is what it looked like on that Monday in flight. Now if you just took this footage here by itself, it's not as significant, but if you realize that the smaller craft are flying not only on that Monday but on 9/11/2001, when all air traffic was stopped. I filmed for 4 hours over the skies of Nashville, Tennessee, and these craft were everywhere doing loop-de-loops, and I have some of that footage already up on YouTube, and we'll get it on Google Tube later. Now if you'll notice, there are some more things becoming visible. You can actually see the craft to the left of the beam somewhat at this point, and above it there is a white dot or disc shaped object, and there are at least a couple, if not 3, holographic looking images, which could be reflections. I don't know what it is, but if you'll notice, it actually comes in front of the board. And this could mean, this is just wild speculation, but it would be ironic if I were actually standing inside of an interdimensionalized craft while I am attempting to film craft from far away. The grass is always greener on the other side. There's always something more mysterious going on in a foreign land, but it's been my experience that the phenomena is going on pretty much everywhere. All types of phenomena. And as a matter of fact, there are examples of Bigfoot even in the city, but generally you will find things more out in the country. Okay, you can see the smaller craft now is beginning to change color. I don't know if you can see it better or worse at this point, but if you'll notice, the energy at the bottom of the beam is started to pile up. I don't know if this is drawing from the sun or what, but the sun is below the board. The sun never comes up above the board, because at the time I didn't know much about cameras and still don't really, but I knew not to film directly into the sun. Actually, I didn't realize how good the camera I had was. It was a professional camera, a CCD camera, and so it's digital, and it wouldn't really matter if I did film into the sun, but I didn't know that at the time. So I was making darn sure that I didn't burn out my camera. Okay, now you can see the energy is beginning to touch the craft, and that craft is drawing from that energy and seeming to fill up. And like I said, I don't even know if this is a craft. I don't know what this represents. I know it's unidentified.